All right, so before we spend a few moments to celebrate our big Ohio State Cotton Bowl victory tonight, we are going to spend some time on the channel. So we lost a subscriber, went down to 196, and then gained 2 right back. I bring this up and call attention to it to acknowledge a new commenter. Coach does not count subscribers. He counts regular commenters, and Coach has 2 to 3. Trevor and Daniel are in the house all the time, pretty much daily. And then we got Boston Allen, who pops in every once in a while to show us support. We appreciate him too. But Trevor and Daniel are who I consider the diehards, because they're the 2 I assume that are hitting the like button on every video. So I literally get 2 likes on every single video with the occasional 3, right? So if you do want to be here for the long term, appreciate you hit the like button. Coach doesn't beg for likes, but if I'm not seeing a 3rd like on, I'm going to assume you left. So I'm not going to cater to you to try to keep you up to speed, unless of course you're dropping the comments. Coach doesn't care about a like for dropping a comment. I know you watch this video, right? So yeah, if you can't drop a comment, you don't feel up to it, just throw me a like and I'll know you were there, right? So as far as I want to say thanks. We're very happy to have someone new. We don't believe in hazing rituals, so we're not give you a hard time. We do not make any false notions about this channel being easily accessible, so Coach is in no way surprised that you are confused. I cannot imagine viewing one of my videos out of context, and by out of context I mean not having seen the previous 322 videos. And I'm not joking. I got the highest quality shit on YouTube. If you're not too focused in on the picks I might have been saying early on, and actually stay through till you see where we got off those picks and why, you'll understand, like, oh wow, those picks are still good. They're just not quite here yet. Or 1 year off. So there's a lot of good stuff here. If hopefully we get you sticking around. If not, it's just gonna be me, Daniel, and Trevor kicking it, and Coach getting asked for a better crew. Now, without further ado, let's get to kicking some ass.
Sloopy lives in a very bad part of town. All the girls I know, they try to bring my Sloopy down. Sloopy, I don't care what your daddy do. Don't you know, Sloopy, girl, I'm so much in love with you. We ought to sing it now. Hang on, Sloopy, Sloopy, hang on. Hang on, Sloopy, Sloopy, hang on. Sloopy, let your hair down, girl, let it hang down on me. I said, Sloopy, let your hair down, girl, let it hang all over me. Yes, come on, Sloopy. Come on, come on. Hey, come on, Sloopy. Y'all ready for this?
Just letting you know right off, this one's weird. So, first we got Jackson Maholmes chilling out with some crazy Nephilim creature. Like, that doesn't resemble anything like a human. It's just painted on face. It's clearly some sort of demon. Very disturbing in Coach's opinion. He's obviously not human either. So, comment pointed out that Mahomes, Matthews, and Kelsey's girlfriend, Taylor Swift, were all taking pics on Sean Taylor's memorial. So, there's that. And then Marcus Mariota is more than a backup for playoff-ready Commanders, says ABC 7 News on your side. We got to love it. They are on Coach's side. They know what's up. Longtime DC journalist in native, Derek Ward dies at 62. So it's like 62. That's kind of weird. But if you multiply it by 2, that's got the 24 in there for the 2024. So that could be something. It was also like Ward. Coach has seen Ward a lot lately. I mean, we got Denzel Ward. We got all sorts of other ones I'm not even going to get into. But here's one I haven't dropped on you yet. Wardell Stephen Curry Jr. Bet you didn't know that. Steph Curry's real name is Wardell. Also, bet you didn't know he's from Akron, Ohio. Huh. Only in his late 30s, too. He's not even that old. So, yeah, he's got time. That's my only problem with the Curry and Bronny thing is, as much as it seems like right here, right now, as of next year, a lot of teams feel like that window's closed and they can actually do it like 5 years from now. Embiid would be a good example. It felt like that was coming up soon. It's like, actually, I think it's 2031, right? So we might be a little ways off with Steph and LeBron, but the tell is going to be when Curry's on the team. So we don't wait until, we're waiting for Curry to end up on the Lakers with Phil Knight before we talk about the Lakers like that. We don't need to be putting picks down with the Steph Curryless Lakers, right? So we're waiting on Steph. And of course the Akron thing, like, yeah, he got to be the team that put LeBron over for the biggest comeback in Cleveland history. We've also got him teaming up with LeBron to hand the Cavaliers their most devastating loss in franchise history. So that works for me. We've got Wardell Stephen Curry Sr., okay? Well known, of course. He played for the Hornets. Did you remember he played for the Cavaliers? Did you remember that? Because he did. And he also was selected by the Baltimore Orioles. We've talked about those Orioles, haven't we? So what's going on with the Orioles? You mean the St. Louis Browns? That originated in Milwaukee? So, one little thing I missed with the Rocky Colavito joke. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell you. So remember the Milwaukee Braves joke the old man made, Lou Burdett? The thing I left out is he's saying it to Danny Colavito. So yeah, he's giving you the Milwaukee. He's giving you the Boston Braves for your Bucks and your Redskins. But then you got the threefer with Danny Colavito. That's telling you the Guardians are on. What a brilliant joke, right? So, the St. Louis Browns, of course, we like all that. Here's something Coach missed before. We knew that they were called the Brownies. How the fuck do they have Brownie the Elf as a mascot? You want to try to explain that shit to Coach? Of how they'll tell us, like, nobody knows why Brownie the Elf was selected as a mascot. They'll also tell you, like, in the Ohio State Forgotten Dawn book, like, in the 1800s, one dude didn't go to a party because, he got a black eye in practice. Like, they know the most random shit from the 1800s, like, about, like, who the fuck would have wrote down that some one player had a black eye, so he didn't go to some girl's party he was trying to impress. Like, who the fuck bothered to write that down, but didn't write down why they chose Brownie the Elf, like, way sooner. So that type of shit doesn't make any type of sense. But I love here it says Brownie the Elf is also the mascot of the Cleveland Browns. Like, they ain't even trying to be like, oh, it's unrelated coincidentally. No, it's just like, yeah, this is the same motherfucker. He's doing both. Why wouldn't it be? It's the St. Louis Brownies. And you're named after Joe Louis. You're the Brownies. So there you go. So let's look at Patrick Maholmes. This was fun. Holy shit. Okay. His father, Graham Walker, plays football at Brown? His half-brother, through his father, Graham Walker, plays football at Brown. Graham Brown. Otto Graham. Best Browns quarterback ever. Okay. So he was selected by the Detroit Tigers in the MLB draft. That's nice. He received an offer from Rice. Okay. Let's see. He, record on the record books with Baker Mayfield, who he's going against this week, who was formerly a Brownie. We've got the Sammy Baugh Trophy. Okay, that's a Redskin. What else we got? So he interviewed with the Browns among many other teams. Let's see. So, yeah, the Chiefs moved up from 27 to number 10 overall thanks to the old Buffalo Bills to get Mahomes. Good for Buffalo. That was smart, right? That'll work out in the AFC Championship. Let's see what else we got. So I let them rest Alex Smith. We ended up with Alex Smith because of it on the Skins to do the Joe Theismann ritual. 284 yards. We got 84. 948. There's our 48. Let's see. I think I did that one twice by mistake. Okay, so there's Smith going to the Skinnies. So Maholmes' first game was against division rival LA Chargers. Only one game away from playing them again. I'm actually taking the Texans off after looking at all this. The Chargers just seem like the better matchup. There is a Texans one that comes into play, but they got destroyed. Alrighty. So his 6th touchdown pass broke the NFL record for touchdown passes in season's first 2 weeks. Let's see what else we got. 89, that's an 86. Second quarterback to throw for 5,050. So that was the first AFC championship held at Arrowhead Stadium. They lost to the Patriots in overtime. So yeah, they played the Texans in the divisional round. The Chiefs were down 24-0 and then outscored them 51-7 the rest of the way. So just epic comeback towards them. 17-7. So I like that Shohei Ohtani passed his contract amount. He's got 2 World Series since. This happened in 2020. So Mahomes has multiple championships. Shohei has multiple championships. You can argue they're getting paid the most because they're the best and they should win. But yeah, of course they're going to when they get that kind of money. Let's see. It's part of the story. So he got injured against the Cleveland Browns in the playoffs by Mack Wilson. Got a concussion. What else we got? So he's the AFC Player of the Week against the Browns in a 33-29 win. He saved them $17 million to restructure. That's not bad. Chiefs lost to the Titans 27-3. Yikes. 41-14. Let's see here. 404 palindrome. Franchise record before he had 303. I think I missed that one, but he did. And then pass attempts record 68. 5608. Yo, he broke Alex Smith's franchise record for most career rushing yards by quarterback. You gotta love it that Alex Smith was even able to have that record of all the quarterbacks that have been there. Somehow Smith scrambled for enough to have the most until Mahomes. Let's see. First team to repeat since the Patriots. So, 109. Let's see. His 109th game or 109th win. They got off to a 9-0 start and then lost to the Bills. Doesn't seem like a coincidence. They're talking about the Netflix quarterback thing with Cousins and Mariota. So he was in a golf match against Tom Brady and Rodgers. They lost, but then, well, he goes against Stephen Curry. Right, so that's nice. We got Steph Curry coming back in. He joined LeBron James in the Rock the Vote and the George Floyd shit. So that's where they got all close, I guess. Okay, so that's what I got for you. So, Mahomes joined Coach Graham Harrell when he won the Sammy Baugh Trophy. So let's check out Graham Stanton Hale. He played college football for the Red Raiders, just like Mahomes. Super interesting. He's from Brownwood. Graham is from Brownwood. How about that? Let's see. We got anything else good on him? There's a lot coming up. I don't know if it's about him. Oh, look. His father was assistant coach under legendary coach Gordon Wood. Huh. Okay. Coach of the century. And look. The record was broken by Lake Travis Kelsey native Miles Garrett Gilbert. Miles Garrett Bradley Gilbert. Alrighty, so what's eating Gilbert Grape? And then Gordon Lanier Wood coached. Well, no, he started his playing career was at Hardin Simmons, the James Harden Ben Simmons trade. How about that? And then what else do we got? He played for Stamford. Okay, Stamford. Put some respect on it. Let's see. What else we got? So I can see it. Patricia Wood is his daughter, Matt Patricia Wood. Okay. There had to be something here, but I'm not seeing it. Okay. I gotta start underlining everything before I do this. Stephenville. Stephen Curry. Red Flank Franklin. There's a lot of reds there. The Yellow Jackets, that pops up a lot. Master Coach. Oh yeah, suffered a heart attack and died at age 89. Let's see. Winnipeg Blue Bombers. There's got to be a lot of shit I'm missing on. What's wrong with me? Whatever. Alright. Paul Tyson. So, he was co-coach of the century with Paul Tyson. Okay. And we have an autobiography here. Coach going to need to pick up Coach of the Century by Gordon Wood. That's got to be a banger. Coach is 5 chapters into the New Dawn at Ohio State book. It's a tough read. And then... yeah, so Newt Rockne called Tyson one of the finest coaches he's ever met. So that's Notre Dame's coach. Let's see. Notre Dame Cathedral Latin School of Chardon, Ohio, huh? How about that? That's a reason for us to beat Notre Dame, huh? They got a campus in Chardon, all-girls school. That's interesting. In its close proximity to Cleveland has developed a rivalry. Very interesting. So Cleveland high school fans, they don't like Notre Dame either. Some good conditioning. I thought this was interesting. So they're restoring the gym. It took them 6 months. So they won the state championship. Didn't play a single game at their home gym. Coach had a thing like that where the track team at my school didn't have a home field track, and they went and won the state tournament like all on the road or whatever. So that might be a little ritual thing. The school coach went to was hella suspect, and he never thought any of them seemed like particularly amazing athletes. He was always blown away. They're somehow breaking like records in swimming and track. Maybe they were, but they could barely even move like off the field. So it never made a lot of sense. Let's see. Oh yeah, so Pop Warner routinely sought his opinion. So the Stanford coach was seeking out the Stanford coach's opinions. Just to let you know, coach is onto something there. And then Brownwood's football stadium's named for him. Paul Parcells, that's all like a Patriots connection. Cowboys, master coach. Here's Garrett Gilbert. He was born in Buffalo. His dad was a Bills quarterback. Obviously Lake Travis Kelsey. This cat played for the Lions and the Browns. What do you know? Garrett, of course he did. We gotta be getting close to the end here. So his dad's Gail Gilbert. He's the one. Yeah, he was a member of the team who lost 4 consecutive Super Bowls. What do you know? So that's what Coach has for you. Never end a video, dude. There's always something else. So there's another Notre Dame school besides this one, right? It's not just the one in Chardon. There's also Notre Dame Academy in Toledo, Ohio, okay? And Coach was thinking, like, he it's just his nature, like, the conditioning and stuff. So it's got to be like some sort of coincidence or whatever, right? Like, this might just be some random school or whatever. And Coach still thinks that everything is connected, but it's not always in the way you think, right? So Coach doesn't have like some huge revelation here. Just pretty interesting that Katie Holmes went to Notre Dame, okay? So she's from Toledo, so she's on the watch list. We got to see what she's up to. And she played Jackie Kennedy. Okay, so we'll circle back to that in a second. Her brother is an attorney who played basketball at Marquette University. Like, it's just, you really think that? Like, the same family. Like, so they're just so connected. Like, that's all. It's all about who you know. Yeah, of course it's all about who you know, because a normal person can't do fake shit, or wouldn't want to. They definitely can't profit off of it. Like, you can just, I guess you could just waste your money being a fraud. Unless you're trying to con people to steal their money, you're not going to come out ahead. You're not just going to, get showered with praise like these idiot characters. I thought it was interesting. Her first role was in Wonder Boys. Excellent movie. Coach mentions this movie often. It's just one of those that seems important. Like, there's not much to it, but there's like little tiny things. The only thing I can ever think of is like they go off about like Marilyn Monroe's shoulders being like so small, and like that's obviously a joke because they all have like big manish shoulders, right? So let's see. She was rumored to be in a relationship with actor and singer Willie Beamen from Any Given Sunday. How interesting is that? And has a Jim Henson connection. So Muppets from Space. Now here is Jackie Kennedy and Katie Holmes side by side. Now first, really focus on that one. They always talk about it like it's so, like, oh, so glamorous, so elegant. Like that is, man, oh my, everything's wrong there. That's, you wouldn't take that home. Not on your worst night. So now Coach did a comparison. So Katie Holmes trying to look like Jackie Kennedy is only good for a 69% match, right? Even though the chin's there, there's not smiling, so it's throwing a lot of it off, right? But the forehead, the eyebrows mostly, the hair, right? Like everything's right there. So only give it 69%. Not nearly as close as Stephen Curry and our 49ers receiver Ricky Pearsall in their natural state. How about that? Close it out with a bang, so he couldn't leave it on that Katie Holmes stuff. So let's tie the Currys all together with Coach's conspiracy so far. So we got Del Curry, okay, Wardell Curry, born in Harrisonburg, Virginia, plays for the Virginia Tech Hokies, is Virginia Mr. Basketball, happens to play for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay, one down. Seth Curry, okay, born in North Carolina, but he played hoops at Liberty for a year. So he spent a year in Virginia just to give it to us, goes to the Philadelphia 76ers before joining the Brooklyn Nets. Now, who are the Philadelphia 76ers? They are the Virginia Squires. 76 originated in 67 as the Oakland Oaks. Now, who has won 2 NBA MVPs and 4 NBA Finals in the Bay Area? Is it Steph Curry, who wanted to play college ball at Virginia Tech, but was only offered a walk-on spot? Done cooking. So, for first off, Steph played at Davidson, so there's a North Carolina connection between the two brothers. And then the Squires, a team from Virginia, their best player in franchise history, my favorite player of all time. The reason I like this team as my favorite team just happens to be from my hometown. The only jersey I got hanging in my closet just happens to be from Virginia. I had no idea about that. It's not like it was like, hey, you need to check out the Virginia Squires. It's like, Iverson is the man. Why'd they do that? Why'd they give us Iverson? Why'd the Sixers get Iverson? He could have gone to any team. He didn't have to go, what a crazy road. Like, oh, it's so unlikely. He got pardoned by the first black Virginia governor ever. What do you let Coach put a bow on it, wrap it up nice and tight. So that awkward moment when Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes, and Daniel Snyder hung out on 9/11, yo, and watched Mark Brunell battle Brad Johnson. Okay, I didn't go into Brad Johnson this one. We'll circle back to Mark Brunell. So there was a falling out with Paramount Studios. So Snyder and Cruz were coming to like a big deal. It was worth $5 billion. It was eventually worth like $50 billion or something crazy. And then Adrian Peterson was starring in this game for Minnesota. Obviously, the Vikings are in the playoffs right now. But look who else was at the game that they didn't tell you about in that article. Coach had to look elsewhere. Jamie Foxx was hanging out. Willie Beamen. Well, you know, Coach thinks, any given Sunday, maybe. Oh man, I don't know. There's got to be some sort of Redskins connection with any given Sunday now that I was missing. I'm gonna have to look deeper there. But Lawrence Taylor, they did the ritual there, right? We got Willie Beamen hanging out with the Skins. That's nice. So, Skin. This was obviously criticized at the time. So this is the guy, Daniel Snyder, controls Six Flags, among other things. Let's see, obviously a billionaire. Dan Schneider of Nickelodeon fame, he's denying they're making they just made a big series or a documentary or something, Quiet on Set docuseries. So Dan Schneider's name is big in the news. Obviously Dan Snyder is off the Redskins. But he did own them for 24 years. Huh, it's 2024, 2025. Not bad. Let's see. The bidders were Magic Johnson and the Sixers. Okay, so that's very interesting for us. And then, let's see, what else did he do? A 31-0 vote. We think Sixers will win in 2031. Snyder fired 25 team employees. This was the second thing, basically the first thing he did on the job. Not even 2 months in, he's fired 25 team employees, right, for 2025. And then, he happened to own them for 24 years. And then, let's see, what else we got? Oh, yeah. So we got Hall of Fame names like Deion Sanders, okay, and Bruce Smith, Virginia guy, right? We should look deeper into Bruce Smith again. And then Deion Sanders, of course, has this big, primetime series right now, coaching Buffalo or something, I think. Or not Buffalo, Colorado. And then he hired, right in 2001, Marty Schottenheimer, former Browns coach. Not bad, right? And the last playoff win they had was in the first round of the playoffs against Tampa Bay, who we're facing in the first round of the playoffs right now. And there's this article. I went bankrupt despite $70 million in NFL earnings after blowing $9 million on Whataburger. Now I coach the Lions. Mark Brunell. He has played a huge role in Jared Goff's rise. Okay, I want Mark Brunell fired for next year. This is what big bomb coach just always has them come. I've been sitting on this one, so ready for it. I'm sorry, guys. Coach actually believes Nick Foles is completely washed as an NFL quarterback. Sincerely, I think he may have thrown his last ball. I think it's time for him to graduate from that position and become the Detroit Lions quarterback coach so he can have a direct line into Hendon's helmet during the Super Bowl. How nice would that be? And then, let's see. Thought it was interesting that he, as a coach, before the Lions, coached at Providence and then Jacksonville. When Coach has those two cities as a Friars connection, they're the only two landing places Coach is aware of that the Padres could possibly go because they wouldn't have to change the name. They keep Friars. Obviously, Coach wants the Providence Browns at some point as well after we get the Canton Bulldogs back. So, but we may be a lifetime or two away from that. Coach wants to get his Browns championships, but they could relocate to Canton. Who knows? So RFK, that gives us our Katie Holmes connection, right? She played Jackie Kennedy in RFK Jr., just ran for president. We want the Skins to go back to RFK Stadium, so it all comes full circle. And he needs a boost, right? So I think he's trying to be the next president for real, right? So him getting a deal done, getting the Skins in RFK, because there's a lot of problems with it. They're saying the parking sucks and there's a lot of clashing heads, all that sort of stuff. Our Skinnies get a win and put RFK in a position to get the Skins back in his namesake. I think that go a long way towards the next presidency. So that's what Coach has for you. was always Coach's problem on the playground. Like, he just can't stop when he's this hot. So it's like he just keeps making. He's like, I'm never gonna fucking go home. Like, because I gotta miss one, and then even after that, I gotta go cold for a little while and then make one more. You know what I mean? So it's like you're always there hours and hours longer than you think you're gonna be. That's how Coach's videos are too. So Jamie Foxx to play Mike Tyson in authorized limited series. Nice. We got a Tyson and Jamie Foxx connection. We obviously think Mike Tyson has come back to be heavyweight champion, break George Foreman's records. Also, I believe we said Sugar Ray Robinson's record, someone else's records. Definitely get that, maybe even get that Paul Bomba record back. Wouldn't that be nice? If Tyson just goes bananas and knocks out a bunch of bombs in 1 year, and that's what gets him back on, like all these pretenders, all these influencers. He doesn't just get one of them, he gets pop, 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 pop. Right, so 5 actors that could play a young Doug Williams. Alrighty, so the Skins quarterback, who was drafted by the Buccaneers and had a controversial release, landed in the USFL in 1984 before the league folded, that ends up with Joe Gibbs, legendary coach, who was brought back under Snyder. Let's see. And, yeah, so Doug Williams himself indicated that Jamie Foxx would like to play him. Who wrote this article anyway? Oh, yeah. Alan. All right, so Coach loves you guys so much. He just used his last hour of basically leave early time at work for the whole year to get to this one a bit early. I'm probably gonna take use a full, like a regular vacation day next week, so I can cover the national championship in real time. And I've already used 3 full days of vacation time this calendar year. All his staycation days to do more research, get more videos out, etc. So Coach is fully dedicated. I hope you appreciate that, at least, whether I'm right or wrong. I'll be damned if my Ohio State pick doesn't look good. This was Coach's first reaction to that. I'll obviously give you an intro, get you a little hyped up. I'm sure you've already seen that, but this is Coach's in real time, watching them hoist the fucking trophy. Scored 2 touchdowns right at the end. Our boy's got a broken hand throwing the ball. Oh man, to me that was we'll just stay on focus so we can get to it. I'll give you a good intro. So, anyways, Gilbert Gottfried. So what's eating Gilbert Gottfried? He was in Superman. We like that. Brooklyn, interesting. Was on SNL in its 6th season. He's close with David Stockman and Alan Thicke. Those were all interesting. So David Allen Stockman, put some respect on it. Michigan, Republican U.S. representative. Son of Alan Stockman, spelled differently. So that made Coach alarmed and made me think I really need to. Unfortunately, that makes us have to widen it to the other spelling of Alan. And that's just so many. God, no, there's so many more of the other ones. But it does give us Allen Iverson. We get to add Allen Iverson to the list. Okay, so not bad. More work for Coach. But, at least we get some good ones. Okay, this guy studied at Harvard. Coach is probably one of the only people on YouTube who can tell you that old Michigan is the Harvard of the West. Yep. In Ohio State, the Forgotten Dawn, they dropped that gem on you. That Michigan completely models itself after Harvard. Graham Lotta budget. Graham again. I had another Graham connection I can't think of. Oh yeah, that's coming up. Howard Henry Baker. Okay, preceded and succeeded by Ronald and Donald Reagan. Ron and Don, right? So Donald Thomas Reagan. Preceded and succeeded by James Baker and Howard Baker. What do you know? Died in Williamsburg, Virginia. Let's see. Then we got James Baker. James Addison Baker III. Let's see. The deputy was Lawrence Eagleburger. Deputy Darman, made me think of Dharma. Succeeded by Nicholas Brady. So we got a Brady. Lawrence Sidney Eagleburger. Okay, so Lawrence and Sidney. Charlottesville, Virginia, and Milwaukee. Preceded by Lawrence Silberman. What? Yep, so it's Lawrence. Lawrence followed Lawrence. Okay. And then, let's see, won the Presidential Medal of Freedom. President was Gerald Ford. Let's see here. Preceded by Charles Phil Donahue. Let's see. Charles Henry Donahue. Let's see. Died 10 days before his 87th birthday. I'm going to let you ones figure that one out. How old was he? 10 days before his 87th birthday. You got the answer yet? All right, let's move on. All righty. Bud McFarlane, like Seth MacFarlane. Robert Carl Bud McFarlane. Born in D.C., died in Michigan. Back to Gilbert Gottfried. I don't know why I put that there. Oh, Dara Kravitz. As in Lenny Kravitz. Dana Snyder. Interesting, right? Dan Snyder, Dana Snyder. Ball Masters 9009. Does that sound satanic? Master 99. Allentown 98. You got the 86. Donald Rickles. What was that there? St. Louis. Patrick Starr. Getting a lot here. Bob Saget's wife, Kelly Rizzo. Ho-ho! I think we're hot, boys. Alrighty, let's see. I'm gonna be so pissed if I forgot to hit the mic on this or something stupid. He was buried in the Sharon Gardens section of Conisco Cemetery in Valhalla, New York. And it said too soon on a reference to his Friars Club controversy. We got the Friars again. Providence, San Diego, Jacksonville. Robert Lane Saget won a Grammy. Hell out of here. Norfolk, Virginia. Hey, hey. Shout out. Lake Taylor High School. Lake Taylor is in Lawrence Taylor's hometown. What do you know? And he met Larry Fine. We expected a Lawrence Fine. Did we get it? Oh, hold on. Did I jump the button? Okay, so we'll get there in a second. So just remember that. So Larry Fine, you expect that to be Lawrence Fine, right? So he had a burst appendix on the 4th of July. Okay. Brianne Sydney DeSaulniers. So we got another Sydney, spelled very odd. Okay. So Ronald Saget, just in case we don't get back to this. Lawrence, oh no, there's no way we didn't. Okay, so we're going to cover him big. We're good. Susan March, the Penguins. Coach doesn't believe in Penguins. They tell you a bunch of nasty shit about them. Let's see. Rolling with Saget. I should have queued that up. So the Dirty Daddy Tour was in Sydney. Isn't that nice? He died in Orange County. Let's see. Memories of Gottfried and Sidney Portier. Ron Pardo. Okay. He's a top 10 schmooish TV reality star of all time. Let's see. I've always felt comedy and tragedy are roommates. If you look up comedy and tragedy, you will find a very old picture of two masks. One mask is tragedy. The other looks as if it's crying. The other mask is comedy. It looks like it's laughing. Nowadays, we would say how tasteless and insensitive. A comedy mask is laughing at a tragedy mask. During his monologue at the Friars Club roast, he happened to make a 9/11 joke. Someone cried out too soon, and a comedian somehow thought too soon meant that he didn't take enough pause before the punchline. So if you believe that, they put a man on the moon. And then, let's see, Gottfried then made a joke that got him fired from Affleck about Japan when Affleck does 75% of its business in Japan. Wow. Like he even happened to know about that stupid earthquake. I knew about that earthquake. Alrighty. Norman Corner. Okay, so yeah, he started a sitcom pilot, Norman's Corner. Okay. With Larry David. And he did the whole De Niro thing. Okay. Lawrence Gene David. Okay, we had a Gene a minute ago. Norman Gene McDonald. That was Norman I told you to remember. Eugene Hackman. Okay, so we got Gene Hackman. That's our Hoosier. Just throwing that out there. Eagles running back Saquon Barkley denied unanimous NFL All-Pro nod the day after Penn State gets fucking eliminated. Go fuck yourself, NFL. That's some fucking horse shit, dude. They can't give us nothing, dude. They're going to make you wait a fucking day late to get the fucking news we would have needed. You know damn well Coach would have been like, uh-oh. But him not breaking the record should have been the fucking clue. I don't know how I missed that shit. Fuck. Anyway. Fuck Kelly Rizzo. She's got imposter syndrome. She's a bitch. Alrighty. Lawrence Feinberg was Lawrence Fine. So he's Louis, St. Louis Feinberg. Okay. Larry Fine. Okay. His father, so he was burned with hydrochloric acid that his father used to test schmulery. for its gold content. Coach doesn't believe in gold. He thinks they make it. And let's see. He doesn't think it grows in the ground or whatever. And he took up boxing, so he's probably some sort of athlete. Interesting, because I want to see if it comes back. If not, I'll bring it up. Master of Ceremonies at Rainbow Gardens. That's interesting enough. I don't need to elaborate there. Dude, they premiered in Cleveland. That's where the Three Stooges took off. What do you know, right? Check this out. He died of a heart attack, and like they went on without him. So like at the show, he died of a heart attack. They go on and basically do the two Stooges act for like the last however many days they were booked, right? And the three people that replaced were Joe Palma, Joe Besser, and Joe Dorita. Are you fucking kidding me? Three Joes? The three Joes became the Three Stooges or whatever. Check this out. He dies at Rocky Point Amusement Park. Okay? 63. It's not our favorite number, but it is a 666. Came 5.5 years after the death of their only son, John, in a car crash. So almost 6 years later, about 6 calendar years. Age 24. Daughter Phyllis died of cancer. Let's see. Anything else there? No. Okay, so here's Rocky Point Park. We're really about to start having some fun. Amusement park in Rhode Island. You know, Coach is hot on Rhode Island, so anything pops up there. Yo, tell me this makes any fucking sense to you. This amusement park operated from the 1840s until it closed in 1995 from bankruptcy. This thing couldn't turn a profit. It stayed open for 155 years and survived the Great Depression, but somehow it just died off. Like nobody wanted to go to Rocky Point Park. This place was probably fucking awesome, dude. Legit. And they probably just kept slowly destroying all the really like wonderful things or whatever one by one so people would like still come. But like, you know, you can slowly destroy the history, and then it's like, oh yeah, nobody wants to come here because we got rid of all the cool shit eventually. Like it's the tipping point, right? You get rid of that one last thing that kills it off, and like they blame us for not going anymore when really they sabotage the whole fucking thing. Anyway, moving on. And check it out. There are blue laws prevented 9-6. That's 6-6 right there. The 9 flipped. Prevented the National League's Boston Bean Eaters from playing the Philadelphia Phillies. So they got in the way of our Boston Bean Eaters. Who? The Boston Braves. Damn right they are. And then there's an identically named ride at Six Flags. So there's our Dan Snyder again. And then just some really awesome bands they had play there. The ones that really pop out. Pixies, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and Pearl Jam in the same calendar year, dude. Could you imagine hitting that back to back to back? I've seen Chili Peppers, and I should have seen the Pixies. I can't believe I haven't yet. And I had tickets to see, well, no, I was offered cheap tickets to see Pearl Jam way back in the day with the Stones, and I blew it. Right, but I did see the Chili Peppers at least. But seeing those three in the same calendar year in 91, holy hell. Yeah, you can forget all the rest of that coast. Don't need any of it. Give me those three. And then Ron Nelson wrote this ensemble. So it's one of those things like, this can't be going anywhere, right? You just wait. Jack Nelson, first of all. You think those are human eyes? Or does it look like those dead shark eyes? Like that's some sort of puppet or something? That creeped the hell out of Coach. Alrighty, so anyways, Ronald Jack Nelson. Right before he writes Rocky Point Holiday, he writes Trilogy, JFK, MLK, RFK. That's not interesting. Danza. Tony Danza. Ted. Tony Danza. The only thing I could think of there. So it's funny. So location. Check this out. They moved from New Jersey to Allentown. Right? After all those years. Right? Let's see, what is that? 68 years. Huh. Yeah, sorry, it took Coach a second because we're not used to seeing that, right? 86, 68. That doesn't mean anything to us. 68 years in Garfield. That's just coincidence. Alrighty, so cadets filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy just this year. So in case you think we're not onto something with 68 here, and not the Danza so much, but Trilogy, RFK, JFK, all that other shit. In case you don't think we're onto something, I don't think I mentioned it, but the Three Stooges thing, this is what I want to say. We had the other Stooge come up. Remember? Because it was like the only known spy in baseball. Like they tell you he was a real spy, and it's like his whole story is that he was like the most eccentric guy in the history of baseball. Like, oh, who would have thought this guy is a spy? Like, it's the biggest doofus fucking ever, right? So they tell you he's a spy, and it happened to, he got confused with Mo of the Three Stooges, right? And Coach proved to you that was the same person, right? That's the most positive match the coach has had. That was like a no-brainer, right? They're just the same person with different hair, right? So, and then, so yeah, they get 68 here. And then right on cue, earlier this year, the day after April Fool's Day, they filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy for sexual abuse, right? They got the old Deshaun Watson syndrome. And then, the Jameis Winston. And then, or the Penn State. And then, God forbid, the Penn State. And then, Paternoed. And then, so they used instruments borrowed from the Chicago Cavaliers. So where do we got a Cavaliers thing? So in case you're still like, oh, no, there's no way he's getting anywhere. Just wait. Don Angelica. Okay. Jim Ott. And then at the bottom here, Coach is going to blow your motherfucking mind with this Fred Sanford. Okay, Fred Sanford. Coach didn't look up who that Fred Sanford is, but it gave Coach a moment. He had his That's the Raven thing, and he knew he was right. He told me if Coach is right on his instinct here. Let's switch over to Red Fox. That seems a little weird. You see some percussionist for the Garfield Cadets, and you think this is going to somehow tie everything back together that you've researched in this video? How is that possible? Okay, well, let's see. We got Red Fox. 2 X's. Just like our boy, Jamie Foxx. This man died at 68 years old, boys. Shed a tear for old Red. Huh. That's sad. Fred G. Sanford. Fred Sanford. Fred Sanford. 1 letter different of Stanford. Okay. 36,666. What else we got? Must have not had anything good there. St. Louis. I can't believe I didn't underline all this too. So let's see. Here we go. Jamie Foxx and Red Fox. So so Jamie Foxx was born Eric Marlin. Weird he goes by Jamie Foxx, right? With 2 X's, just like Red Fox. So he chose his last name as a tribute to Red. Interesting, right? Named after... So he named a recurring character, Wanda, after Red's friend, LaWanda Page. Okay, so we already got another connection there. So 2 already. They aren't blood related by marriage, but they are related in a professional sense. Interesting. Okay, so we got 2. The name, Fox, and a character, Wanda, based off LaWanda. They just give you that. You don't even have to have Coach be like, trust me, there's no way that's a coincidence. They just gave us LaWanda, thankfully. Right? So let's move on. And then, so Jamie Foxx, right? What we got here? Stockbroker. Check this out. His mother's adoptive parent was Esther. Why did that raise Coach's attention? Okay. Let's see here. Is it because of Lamont's aunt Esther Anderson? LaWanda Page? Wanda? What are the odds there? That his mom, his adoptive parent, is named Esther? And there's a character in Sanford, some named Esther, and that character is played by LaWanda Page, and Jamie Foxx named a character Wanda after LaWanda. Okay. Now, these are mostly whatever. We got such good shit here. We can just keep rolling. I don't need to spend a Slappy White's funny. Let's see. Don Bexley. Don Thomas Bexley, Bubba Bexley, Al Bubba Baker. Jamestown, Virginia, Hampton, Virginia. Let's see. So, here you go. Jamie Foxx and Red Fox. Now, my girlfriend never in the history of us being together has ever given me anything as far as conspiracy stuff. Like, not even like the earth being flat, I don't think. I think she questions the moon landing thing. I think that's the furthest she can get, but she still believes it's a globe, all that sort of stuff. Now, she would in no way give me it's the same person. She says that's impossible. They're not the same age, blah, blah, blah. Right? But she did, for the first time out of all the pictures, she said, they really do look alike. So they got the chin. Said the one's got a beard, but the nose, lips, the eyebrows, the hairline, his is a little closer cut. But yeah, there's that. And Coach likes this a lot. So Notre Dame wins. and they shut down them like trying to spin it as like, you know, a race thing, like somehow it was important because of the race or something, you know, because this guy's black. And this guy shut down. He said, I hope all coaches, minorities, black, Asian, white, doesn't matter. Great people continue to get opportunities to lead young men. We love that for our Skins and Guardians because we need cancel culture going broke. Go woke, go broke. We're betting on that hard, that's hitting in 2025. That's what 2025 is about. Is that, you know, all the shit that got canceled is getting uncanceled and coming back with a force. Right? So that looks good for us. Just thought this was funny. The ratio looks like fun to actual fun here, maybe wider than with any other product ever produced by man. Yeah, electric football. Coach had an electric football table, but he never had a great time with it. I'll give him that. There's just some funny jokes here. That was interesting. It looked like skins right there. Here is our boy, his hand, the Ohio State quarterback, which is a broken hand. So I'll go ahead and leave it on that. I really do appreciate you watching this far. Let's go. Let's get him the rest of the So just wanted to draw attention to the Kermit Maholmes plus Rizzo the rap video. I probably should have named that and put a different thumbnail because it might make you think you already saw it, because we did sort of cover the Kermit Maholmes thing in the video right before it. Sean, don't call me Lawrence Taylor. But it is its own unique video. It is very high quality. I almost cut the whole thing and put it right at the end of this one just to make sure you saw it. But please, if you haven't seen that one, Trevor or Daniel, go ahead and click on that one. There you go. I appreciate you.